Good afternoon. This is Akashvani and I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. G20 Leaders Summit begins at Johannesburg in South Africa. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to put forward India's views on key global issues. President Droupadi Murmu calls for harnessing skills and strengths of people for nations' development. Industry leaders across various sectors hail labour reforms, call it timely and essential for a modern economy. Delhi police busts international arms traffickers racket operated by Pakistani intelligence agency ISI, arrest 4 suspects. Union Minister JP Nadda flags off Unity March to commemorate 150th birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in New Delhi. And in cricket, South Africa were 156 for 2 against India at lunch on day first in the second test at Guwahati. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in the G20 Leaders Summit at Johannesburg in South Africa beginning today. The theme for this year's summit is solidarity, equality and sustainability. Under its presidency, South Africa has focused on key priorities, including strengthening disaster resilience, ensuring debt sustainability for low-income countries, mobilizing finance for a just energy transition, and harnessing critical minerals to promote inclusive and sustainable growth. The opening session will focus on inclusive and sustainable economic growth, leaving no one behind. The G20, a premier forum for international economic cooperation, plays a critical role in shaping global economic stability. The African Union was inducted as a permanent member under India's presidency in 2023. India's G20 presidency has been regarded as a model for addressing global challenges, guided by Prime Minister Modi's vision of an inclusive, ambitious and decisive approach. India showcased its best practices, values and cultural heritage, reflecting the ancient philosophy of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. President Droupadi Murmu has said that the government is taking several steps to improve the lives of citizens. She stressed that skills and strengths of people must be harnessed for the nation's development. The President today addressed a special session at Prashanti Nilayam, Puttaparthi, commemorating the centenary of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. She paid homage to Sri Satya Sai Baba at the Sai Kulwant Hall. Appealing for collective participation, the President said spiritual organizations, NGOs, the private sector and citizens all have an important role to play. She said India can become a Viksit Bharat by 2047 with the collective efforts of all.
भारत सरकार ऐसे अनेक कदम उठा रही है जिससे देशवासियों का जीवन सुगम और सरल हो तथा वे अपनी प्रतिभा और क्षमता का उपयोग देश के विकास में कर सके। भारत सरकार के इन प्रयासों में सभी धर्मार्थ संस्थाओं, एनजीओज, प्राइवेट सेक्टर्स और नागरिकों को योगदान देना चाहिए। आपका योगदान भारत को 2047 तक एक विकसित राष्ट्र बनाने के हमारे लक्ष्यों को पूरा करने में सहयोग सिद्ध होगा।
Industry leaders across various sectors have welcomed the implementation of 4 labour codes in the country, called it a timely and essential for modern economy. They said the move will boost formal job creation, expand social security, net and streamlines compliance. The President of the National Front of Indian Trade Unions, NFITU, Dr. Deepak Jaiswal said around 50 crore people are working in the unorganized sector and the minimum wage will now be fully insured with the implementation of the new labour codes.
जो ऐतिहासिक कदम उठाया है उसके लिए ये नींव का पत्थर का काम करेगा.
This will serve as a foundation stone for achieving our demands that could not be met even 100 years and the global standard that we supposed to be met by 2047. On behalf of our 14 labour organization, we have sincerely congratulate to Honorable Modi ji to take this historic step which will benefit more than half of the population.
आधी से अधिक जनता लाभान्वित होगी.
The Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh BMS has welcomed the implementation of the 4 new labour codes. BMS National Secretary Girish Arya said that this decision is the biggest reform made in favour of workers since independence.
Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh heartily welcome and thank Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The labour laws that exist earlier have changed. Today, work conditions have changed. If we continue with the old laws, then who will address the needs of today's gig workers, platform workers and app-based workers? All the solutions are included in the new codes.
In codes में उनका सबका समाधान है.
In Chandigarh, workers have welcomed the new labour codes, saying that these laws are in the interest of workers.
श्रम कानून 4 जो लागू किए हैं वो सरकार ने बड़े अच्छे किए हैं.
The 4 labour laws that the government has implemented are very good. They are for the benefit of the labourers. I, Rajkumar Singh from Chandigarh, Zonal Secretary of the All India CPWD Employees Union, agree with this. And the gratuity will be available and the workers will get appointment letters. And very good provisions have been made for health services in this.
स्वास्थ्य सेवाओं के लिए बहुत अच्छा किया गया है इसमें.
The government announced the implementation of 4 new labour codes that seek to simplify and streamline the existing decades-old laws in the country. The Minister of Labour said that the new labour codes will ensure better wages, safety, social security and welfare for the country's workforce. And as we was just mentioning, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is participating in the G20 Leaders Summit at Johannesburg in South Africa. Let's now go live to a correspondent who is covering this mega event in Johannesburg. Asuno, if you can hear me, what are the key issues and agenda Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to highlight during the summit?
Well, Abhishek, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has just arrived at the Johannesburg Expo Center. On his arrival to the venue, he was warmly welcomed by South African President Cyril Ramaphosa. Well, PM Modi, who will be participating in G20 Summit proceeding in a short while from now, will present India's perspective on key global issues shaping the summit agenda, such as international financial stability, climate change mitigations, and sustainable development, etc., in line with the India's vision of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, and one future. Well, today's opening session of the summit is focusing on inclusive and sustainable economic growth, leaving no one behind. During the second session, the focus will center on a resilient world, the G20 contribution, covering themes such as disaster risk reduction, climate change, just energy transition, and food system. Meanwhile, on the sideline of the summit today, the Prime Minister is also scheduled to hold at least 3 bilateral meetings. And earlier, Prime Minister also took to social media expressing that he is looking forward to participating in the summit deliberation today. Back to you, Abhishek.
Right. Thank you, Asuno, for the live update from Johannesburg. Well, moving on, India has reaffirmed its dedication to working closely with Asian and Pacific Centre for Development of Disaster Information Management, APDIM, and regional partners to reduce disaster and climate risks across Asia-Pacific. Speaking at the 10th session of the APDIM on inclusive disaster risk data governance held in New Delhi, Minister of State for Home Affairs Nityananda Rai emphasized country's commitment to regional disaster resilience and cooperation. Indian Railways has completed 1,020 million tons of freight loading this year so far. The Minister of Railways said that coal remains the largest contributor, over 500 million tons, followed by iron ore, 115 million tons, and cement, 92 million tons. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on X handle at AIR News Alerts, and for details of stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download news on AIR app. Delhi police has busted a racket of international arms traffickers linked to Pakistan's intelligence agency ISI and arrested 4 suspects. In a coordinated operation, the crime branch recovered 10 sophisticated pistols, including 5 manufactured in Turkey and 3 made in China. Briefing media in New Delhi today, Joint Commissioner of Police Crime Surendra Kumar said that racket has been supplying arms to notorious gangsters. He said that the network used drones from Pakistan to smuggle high-end foreign pistols. According to officials, the crime branch team led by DCP Sanjeev Yadav apprehended them from Philor and Ludhiana in Punjab when they were on the way to deliver the weapons to someone in Rohini. The third accused has been arrested in Baghpat in Uttar Pradesh. The cyber cell of the Delhi Police Crime Branch has busted an interstate cyber financial fraud syndicate and arrested 4 accused involved in a high-value investment scam. The syndicate allegedly cheated people across multiple states using fake trading platforms. The accused are Atul Kumar, Varsha Sharma, Ajay Sharma and Rashmi. According to the Delhi police, a case was registered in June this year based on a complaint from a victim who was reportedly duped of 49.35 lakh rupees. Following the investigation and financial trail tracking, the crime branch arrested the accused. Government is planning to increase the National Cadet Corps NCC strength from 17 to 20 lakhs and expand its role in various programs to contribute to both national development and national security. Defence Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh said this while laying a wreath at the National War Memorial in New Delhi on the occasion of the 78th National Cadet Corps NCC Day. Pointing towards the country's young population with a median age of 28 years, Mr. Singh said that this demographic advantage is a major force driving country's progress. He also said that the NCC stands as a strong example of the nation's youth power and potential.
Our youthful population, our demographic advantage is the biggest factor driving our nation's growth to a developed country status by 2047 as dreamt by our Honorable Prime Minister. And the National Cadet Corps is the biggest example of this youthful power and potential of this country. The Government of India has decided that the strength of the National Cadet Corps will be further expanded from 17 to 20 lakhs.
Director General of NCC, Lieutenant General Virender Vats, said that the NCC has a presence in over 700 districts across India. Union Minister and BJP President JP Nadda flagged off the Sardar at 150 Unity March in New Delhi today, commemorating the 150th birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Addressing the event, Mr. Nadda highlighted that a series of events have been organized across the country to honor the legacy of Sardar Patel. Mr. Nadda said that 5 processions will converge from different regions of the country at Sardar Patel's birthplace. From there, a 10-day Padyatra will commence towards Kevadia, Gujarat. He emphasized that the true tribute to Sardar Patel lies in inspiring the youth to lead the nation towards Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat, Viksit Bharat and Atmanirbhar Bharat. The 56th International Film Festival of India, IFFI, in Panaji, Goa, continues to shine bright in its star power. The third day of the film festival continues to entertain cinephiles from film screenings and inquisitive masterclasses to exclusive conversation with rising film stars. We have a report.
In a special masterclass, renowned filmmaker Vidhu Vinod Chopra discussed about life, cinema and the art of storytelling. Sharing anecdotes about his filmography, Mr. Chopra talked about the 8K restoration of the classic 1942, a love story, to the time he won his first national award as a young and broke filmmaker.
I had worked with him in Parinda and loved him. So I went, and the first song was Kuch Na Kaho. And he made that song, and I had not said to him that you're doing the film, because I said, yeah, let's create some music, because all the music companies think that you are finished. Now think about it. I'm talking about R.D. Barber. I remember clearly there was Babluda, Manorida. These are the people who worked with him, amazing people. And he plays the song for me.
Actor Anupam Kher donned the director's hat as he presented his film Tanvi the Great to a global audience at IFFI. Speaking at the festival, Mr. Kher said that the film is inspired by the motto of never give up, which has always shaped his life.
What was the most challenging thing was to keep my calm, even though financially we were going through a tough time, because the main producer who was going to give the money, he backed out of the project at the last minute. But I had a fantastic team of executive producers.
Film festival darlings, including Golden Lion winner at Venice Film Festival, Father, Mother, Sister, Brother, and Italian film Mosquitoes to Telugu classic Maliswari, were also screened, much to the audience's delight. Close to 50 acclaimed and anticipated movies are scheduled to be screened today. With Nikhil and Saira, Adarsh for Akashvani News, Panaji.
In men's cricket, South Africa was 162 for 2 against India on day 1 of the second and final test at the Barsapara Cricket Stadium in Guwahati when reports last came in. Earlier, South Africa won the toss and opted to bat. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. G20 Leaders Summit begins at Johannesburg in South Africa. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to put forward India's views on key global issues. President Droupadi Murmu calls for harnessing skills and strengths of people for nation's development. Industry leaders across various sectors hail labour reforms, call it timely and essential for a modern economy. Delhi police bus international arms traffickers racket operated by Pakistani intelligence agency ISI, arrests 4 suspects. Union Minister JP Nadda flags off Unity March to commemorate 150th birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in New Delhi. And in cricket, South Africa were 166 for 2 against India on day 1st in the second test at Guwahati. And with that, we end the Midday News.